Hi, I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation, and today's discussion is around the topic, she wants romance like when we first met. Welcome back. I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. She wants romance like when we first met. Are you kidding me? Those were really different days, weren't they? Those were times when we first fell in love. The energy was amazing. All she wanted to do was sweep me off my feet. All I wanted to do was sweep her off her feet. Of course, the romance was like a 10 or higher. How could she possibly expect that now? What's going on? More importantly, what can I do? Because frankly, nobody has the stamina for that. I'm the first to admit it. You don't have the stamina for that. So the idea of going back to doing the things that you did is a ludicrous idea because it's not possible. It won't work. You can't make it work. You'll die. You'll die trying. What do you do? Here's the answer. And it's going to be a little, don't take it as roundabout. You got to have context. So don't be impatient. Listen it out so you can be helped, because I can help you. When you connected, and I don't mean when you first met, I mean when you connected, both of you felt this rush of love. Maybe at different times, that's unimportant, but at one point, your heart opened up. It was amazing. You may not recall that moment, but if you try, you will. And when you did that, everything else stood still. And what that means, what's going on with that, is that love is the most pure spiritual attribute of us as souls, and it's what we crave. We have to have love. But what happened at that very moment was that your mind jumped in and started giving it a material world context. And what I'm describing with that love, you know, if you can recall, that love transcended the material world, transcended your mind, and it was like, oh my God. And you gave her all the credit. She was the one. She was the one who triggered that love in you. But the truth is that love is in you. The truth is actually that love is you. Don't run away. You are a soul. We're not taught this. It's not a religious idea. It's the truth of what and who we are. We are souls. We have a body. We have a mind, but we're the soul. And if you think about it, it makes total sense. You look in the mirror and you see this handsome face, it's going to age. But the you who's you won't really notice that until you see a mirror, and trust me on that one. And so what happens is we get sucked into worldly thinking. Now, wait, you're going to go, wait. You're going way esoteric on me. Don't worry, it'll come back. So what happens is we become material minded and we think, not feel. We think, well, I need to do this. I can't do that again. I need to do that. I can't do that again. But that's off track. Because what happened, what created this unity between you, because marriage is union between your two souls. What happened back then was the romance was a product of desire to experience that love. But what she really craves and what you really crave is that love. When you, and here's the key, when you cultivate the love, then your natural behaviors are grounded in that love, and romance is something you watch in the movies or a picture you see that's really cute or something like that. And this is the truth. Now, you may want to watch this video again so you hear this. I'm going to try to recap. You're a soul. She's a soul. You're soulmates. What connects you, what binds you together is love. The romance is an outer condition. It's a product of the love, but it's a product of the love as the mind conceives it, rather than allowing your heart to express itself naturally. And that is much better than romance. And she'll feel it. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the kicker and the catch. You have no idea how to do this. It's the problem. We're literally not taught, obviously, that we're souls who have a mind and a body, or the relationship between it and how that works. And if you don't know this, you can't do anything about it. You hear it, it's abstract, it sounds maybe cool, or maybe I don't get it. But if we were taught this growing up, we would realize a lot of this stuff is so natural that we should be living love. You see, even in the day-to-day world, the reason for religions, and I'm not reducing religion. Don't forget, religion is created by man in order for man to have a path to God. Nothing wrong with it. Everything's right about it. But its number one attribute is to teach us how to live morally. Well, where does all morality begin? It begins with learn to love God. Love your enemy. Love your neighbor as yourself. It's all about love. So when you do this in your marriage is a training ground for life. Because you don't need to be told, well, that's right and this is wrong, if you're coming from a place of love. It's natural. In your marriage, when you're coming from a place of love, the word romance is this deep. But when you're coming from a place of love, and all your words and all your actions and all your thoughts, they're revolving around love. And it makes you high, to be honest with you. It makes you high, and it satisfies your wife. And she'll never ask you for that again. Now, how do you go about it? I suppose I could have been like other people, sold you my offerings, go to our merch store. We don't have a merch store. But I was a divorce mediator in 2001, and I converted to, I'm not going to go into the story in this video, but I fashioned marriage teachings that you won't find anywhere else. To say they're non-traditional would be like, it'd be like saying that puddle's not the ocean. We're non-traditional, but more importantly, I discovered that marriage follows cosmic rules. There's a mechanical aspect to it. And if you understand it, know it, and adhere to it, you'll be fine as long as you're infusing love all the time. And that has nothing to do with buying her flowers. But I wouldn't forget that on your anniversary. So here's the thing to do. I wrote 2 books. Might be enough for you. One is Lessons for a Happy Marriage. It's great. It was my first book. The other book that I wrote was Breaking the Cycle. I wrote that in order to teach therapists these new teachings. And then we have online courses if your marriage is really in trouble. It doesn't sound like yours is really in trouble. So get one of the books. If you're not a big reader, we have Lessons for a Happy Marriage in the form of an audio, so you could do that. Learn about this amazing entity that you're in called marriage, because it's mind-boggling. And it delivers like crazy when you know what you're doing. So that's what we're going to help you do. I'm Paul Friedman. I'm founder of the Marriage Foundation. You could share this. Don't be shy on social media. You could give it a like. You could ask me a question. I'll respond to it personally. Or there's a link below for Ask a Counselor. You could go there and get help from them. They're well trained. We have an online course for marriage counselors. It's very inexpensive because we want to share it with as many people as we possibly can. So God bless you. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope this helped you. I'm sure it did. Let me know. Take care.